Welcome everyone, KD here. Or should I say welcome back, because the last stream wasn't so long ago, but I decided to do a follow-up to last stream. So this is actually, did I change the title? Okay, one moment. This is Combat Animation Sequence Part 3. Why part 3? Because there was two other streams about animations in the combat, for the combat. So now I should after. Come on, okay. Yeah, so this is the third part. I'm working on the animations. One part is already, the first part is already a couple of days ago, maybe even weeks. That was before I decided to focus most of the streams on the scripting for the combat system itself. So this was a while ago, and second part was a couple of hours ago. I didn't call it like this, but I will probably change the name on YouTube, so it's easier to find these streams if you want to follow them part by part. Anyway, so I kind of want to show you what I did. I did a couple of stuffs. So so if you watched the last streams, I checked some of the rigging of some of the meshes, and because it wasn't everything updated, I knew I did a couple of changes. One moment, there's something going wrong here. Yeah, I know what is going wrong. Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. So here. Yeah, so some of the meshes just weren't rigged correctly, but I knew I did some changes. I just didn't update it, so now I updated at least some of them. That's what I did, and then I went further with the animation, and that's what I kind of wanted to show you, but yeah, so that's let me see, maybe I'd probably have to go one further for now. So what I didn't do so far is setting, so I still have only the mesh set up here in the viewport. I wanted to start to set it up here in the event graph. That's important then for kind of later. So now when I have only one character, the one skin, nothing to customize or something like that, that's fine, I guess. But that's definitely not what I want final. If I really want to have on this position different characters and so on, I want to change the complete skin. I also want to have customization and things, so I want to exchange some of the items, some of the meshes, and so on. So I have to set it up here in the event graph. I wanted to do it, but I haven't. I just haven't done it because it's already quite a lot, and it's a little bit boring and repetitive, and just needs a lot for the first time to set it up. If you actually want to learn how you can set up some kind of more complicated customization, I have a tutorial that is called Advanced Customizations with Master Post Components. It's from a tutorial series about how to create a player character. I think it's part 5 or something like that. Maybe I will put the link to this tutorial in the description. I will see. Anyway, now it should be fine, I guess. Yeah, that's the problem if you start something to change something and then you don't follow through with it. So the problem right now is that this stream will probably be not too long. So just a short stream, but I kind of want to follow up from what I did before, and because I just had some time, and most of the things were set up, so I just could do the next stream. Anyway, the problem is that I didn't restart my computer meanwhile, so it may be even slower than normal. Anyway, now it seems okay. So yeah, I want to show you what I changed. One thing I told you, I adapted some of the measures with better rigs, so it's definitely not final or anything like that. But it's a little bit better. So I think when I started to do it, the eyes were and the ears were things like that, really creepy stuff. So you couldn't, the eyes were completely white and the ears were floating around. So it would be perfect if I made a horror game. But yeah, so that's what I definitely changed. I think what I showed you was what I. It's difficult to say what I showed in the stream and what I made on my own. So I think this animation I showed you, where he grabs the stone breaker. I made it a little bit faster, the animation. Maybe I have to do it even faster. No, you don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, I have to see. When I changed it to, I doubled the animation speed, and I kind of felt like, yeah, that seems kind of correct. But now, when after a break, coming back to it, it still kind of feels slow if I look at it. Yeah, so that's one thing. Then I added this animation here. Here it looks a little bit faster, maybe. Yeah, I have to see. Maybe something didn't correctly save. This feels very slow here. Anyway, so I changed this. I added also this animation. And you can see if you just hover over them, the animation will change. Here I clipped it very fast, so it kind of jumps a little bit, but I had the feeling it's better like this. That it kind of, you see, it jumps a little bit. So I kind of cut off the complete animation of going back if you do this over. I think it's better than having the complete animation to go back and then grab it again, grab the other weapon if you move up and down. I think that's better. If you want to see the whole animation, you can just leave it. Then I add special skill here, kind of preparation for some I really hated to call it magic attacks because I don't feel like it is. So if you look at it in the lore of the game, it's never called magic there, but I don't have a fixed name for it that would explain it better than it's magic. But if you want a better explanation, it's kind of taking the energy that is in the body of your characters and creating and changing see, I can't even really explain it, and kind of manipulate stuff like moving around sand, letting plants grow, freeze something, throw a fireball at someone, and then we are like, yeah, kind of now everyone says, yeah, it's magic, just call it magic. But kind of from the lore point of the game and the story, it's just never really called, hey, it's magic. And I hope that the story will translate this better than I can do it here in simple phrases. Anyway, that's kind of part. So this animation is definitely not finished here. I will add particle systems to it that give it a little bit more. But I mean, none of the animations are finished or anything like that. But here definitely will be added some more stuff. Almost certainly also for the demo version. For the other animations, I don't know how far I go with for the demo version to make them anything special. And then finally, the animation you saw I created in the first stream for when he goes for the items. So I changed a little bit how he goes down, because he went he went directly with bowing down with the head and going down, and then he went through the handle of the stone breaker, and that looked stupid. So now he avoids to hit his head on the stone breaker while going for the backpack. Anyway, that's kind of what I did, more or less. Was there something like, and then I want to start to go further, and I with the animation. So what we don't have now is tech weapon. Problem with tech weapon is Arwin probably won't have any tech weapon. I will see, maybe there are something like some very rare tech weapon that can be freely exchanged between the characters that are not specific for one character. And that it's also possible that I will do conventional weapons, equipments that are not specific for one character and can be exchanged, and then this will also include tech weapons. So it's possible that he has the possibility to use tech weapons. But in general, every character will have kind of his own more specific weapons. But like I said, maybe I will do weapons that can be exchanged between characters. Maybe, yeah, like maybe there are two different types of this. Very common weapons that are not that strong, but maybe can improve one character's shortcomings. Like, let's say we have I mean, as example, we have a character like Arwin that has no specific tech weapon he can use. So if you want to use with him tech weapon, you can maybe get a common tech weapon that is to and give it to him. So he may not be as powerful with that with like another character that uses tech weapon often, but at least he can use tech weapon. Or if we have someone that can't use long-ranged weapons, and then you can get him a kind of a common weapon that makes up for it. So he still can use long weapons with the help of like this, like a weapon you bought in a shop or anything, or you got somewhere on in a side quest or anything like that. I guess I will do that, but with that, probably in a way that they will never be as powerful as the weapons you that are specific for this character, if that makes sense. Um, and then other way would be to kind of put some type of legendary weapons into the game that are really powerful, but of course are hard to find or and things like that. And they may be also like exchangeable between characters. Yeah, that's a kind of two things, but that these are just concepts, things I throw out there, and I'm not sure if I will put it in the game. But it sounds very interesting, to be honest. So probably will happen. Yeah. Um, except I will test it out and will find it's not working. But at the moment I don't see why it wouldn't work. And also long range weapons I haven't added yet. So it's kind of like his long range attack at the moment is throwing stones at the enemy. So he has no really a weapon, he just throws stuff at them. And here as example is an idea would be to improve this is that he is to, as example to you meet the mercenary and he sells a slingshot and then he can equip the slingshot and kind of make it more efficient, the stone throwing more precise and harder hitting. That would be an example of kind of because he has no special weapon for long range, so you can kind of get the exchangeable weapon or unique weapon for this, something like that. Yeah, things I'm thinking about. And this is also it's also kind of story-wise it would really help me because there are some characters, to be honest, that it's difficult to give them a specific weapon because they really kind of change their I don't want to spoil too much, so about the story I'm a little bit more protective than the game design and everything like that, so I don't want to spoil it, but there are some characters that I'm absolutely thinking about one specific character which changes the game style over and over again. So anyway, let's do something and not only talk. What I want to do is go. You see the twist. That's what I was talking before. This twisting is so annoying. That you see this deformation here on the hand. That's what I was talking about in the first part. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so what I want to do is kind of follow up animation from here. So when I press on mid-range attack, that you that he not keeps in at some point will pick up the weapon. That will maybe happen now when I clicked on this, or maybe later, and that's kind of what I want to figure out. So I want to do a follow-up animation for that and kind of set everything up and see how it looks, and at what point and what has to be done that it doesn't look absolutely terrible when this happens, because at this point a lot of things happens. If you didn't watch the first stream, then what happens is we jump to a different animation blueprint, plus we exchange the Stonebreaker, because there is a version that is, if I go back, I don't know, can I? Yeah, okay. If I go back, then you see this Stonebreaker is not connected with the animations or any. It is connected to the skeleton, but it doesn't change with the animation, so it doesn't follow the any bones or anything like that. And the second Stormbreaker follows Arwing's right hand and is connected to it, so it follows the animations. And I have to at some point exchange them. Anyway, that's and that's kind of plan. So what has to be done and things like that to make it look good. The biggest problem is that maybe I have to set up all the meshes for this, and the big problem is the change of the animation blueprint. So I will see. It's also a question how, like I said, it's a shorter stream. I'm talking a lot right now. So we wasted most of the time already. Anyway, so let's take the two Stormbreaker. Let's add a new and Stormbreaker pickup, I guess, something like that. Let's go here. Let's delete everything. Okay. Fix this. And yeah, the question is how. So he goes down to pick it up. So the question is, do I want to do this all in one animation? And will it be enough to just reverse the animation if he puts the rock down again? That's something I have to see. So first I have to do. Luckily I already have the Stonebreaker idle, and so I have the stance he has when he grabs the weapon. I will put this here in a pose so this whole thing will not be too much work. So this is the end pose we will have, so we can go into the idle. So now from here, the first thing we will do, and I think that's around 20 then, let's also Save this pose. So yeah, so I will see if it's possible if I just go down that we can match the hammer and everything. Okay, that's not a problem. Probably a small problem. Maybe a small problem. We'll see. Let's put just select it. Okay. He goes down. He has to go down quite a bit. Well, I think I hit it pretty well. Not 100%. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's needed, if I need to match it 100%. Now, let me see how I would do it. Yeah, so I mean, I can go up with this one here. So he has only to go down with the hand so far. And then this hand has to kind of at least have a little bit the natural pose, I guess. Is that natural? No, not really. Huh? I guess the most natural will probably be almost on the leg. So now we have to see, yeah, this part will anyway be very difficult. The right arm will be very difficult, but here we can go a little bit further with the shoulder. I don't know if we can improve something here. Shoulder feels very disconnected. Maybe if we go a little bit closer. No, it has nothing to do with that. Oh, yeah, maybe something like that. Okay. So he takes the hammer to the front and then smashes the handle through his ass. Okay, great. How would you take it forward? I guess you would really stir it right away. You almost have to. I mean, the problem is you almost have to turn it around so the head looks up. Of course I chose the most difficult one. Yeah. Guess when we work a little bit on this one here, maybe he has to stand up completely so it works. We will see. Let's see what happens. Goes down, picks it up. Oh, no, it's far away. That's fine. Yeah, that's not bad. So now the only thing is, I mean, that's actually how I do animations. Maybe someone else does, maybe others do it differently. It's just how I feel it's the best way to do it is to really start from the start to the end, and then you kind of go, if there is something major happens in the middle, then you do the middle, then you do something in the middle or at which frame you want it to do, and then you if this kind of, I mean, you do as many poses into it as you think it's necessary to imitate the animation you want to do. Let's say a very simple animation would be just start and end, and then if you get more complicated, you add more of this in it, and you don't think about yet how they will connect. You just do this one frames, start frame, end frame, middle frame, second middle frame, whatever, and then you kind of go slowly. You look at every frame, kinda, and make smaller changes, so the final thing will look as good as possible. Of course, this is just, like I said, prototype animation. I mean, there are some things I'm not happy with, absolutely, with the hands there, but you know, it doesn't have to work 100%. Does he hit his knee here? 100% yet, but no, it doesn't seem to hit anything. And then he grabs. Zack. Yeah, I think like I said, for prototype it's fine. The other problem is that the body is not 100% rigged yet. I really have some. The hand is the biggest problem. The hand, the right one. Here it's already strange. Here, yeah, I mean one of the problems is that the thing here, the gloves aren't 100% rigged yet. So if I work a little bit more on the gloves, maybe it looks a little bit better. Maybe I can make him to lean forward a little bit better, and then it matches also. No, that makes it worse. Yeah, I have to see. I think I will keep it for now. So the rest is not that terrible. As soon as he twists his hand back, it works again. Anyway, let's move on. Save this. Now let's export everything here. Finish. Oh. Yeah, I really wonder if I can. I probably have to do a little bit more. The problem is really to change between the. Right now is really to change between the animation blueprints. For that, I probably need a little bit more to set up a little bit more here. But oh, no. That's real. It is a problem. Yeah, it probably is a problem. I was thinking like, no, it worked with changing the animation, but I didn't set for every part. I did just one animation. I really set up the animation blueprint. So the problem right now is that we re-import every single animation, what is quite annoying. I could have done it so he would re-import it only one, but I just guessed. Because there are not that many animations yet, it wouldn't take that long, and it didn't take so much time, so it's okay. It would probably be taken longer if I set up so I upload only one animation. Anyway, I already made the this blueprint here. There are no animations in it, that's why it gives me a warning. I also set up the variables, so I still have Arwin prep in here. The reason is because right now when we jump into this blueprint, Arwin prep is on 2 for mid-range attack. If it was short-range attack, it would be 1, but it is on 2. And 0 is the idle animation for the preparation, so where he doesn't grab a weapon or anything like that, where he's just kind of cautious what is happening, kinda. That's 0. And I keep it in here because I can't just, if I set Arwin preparation on 0, I can't just jump immediately back to the other blueprint. I have to do animations, or at least one animation, and that's the reversed version of the one we just added. I don't see the new one. Stormbreaker Idol. I don't like that. Why don't I see the new one? Animations. Did you seriously not upload the new one? Sometimes I wonder what this direct import is. So let's see if it works, or do I really have to upload it? No, it doesn't. So good to know that the automatic import doesn't work if you have a new animation. So here's Stonebreaker pickup. Yeah. Let's see. So when we jump to this blueprint, we do first the Stonebreaker pickup, and then after that we go to idle here. And we do this automatically, so we just need a remaining timer, and which is lower than 0.1. Okay. I guess what I have to do is here remove the loop. We keep it now 1 second and we'll see if it's too slow. Okay. Then we go. So I guess we can try. I don't think it will work. We probably have to set up set it up for all meshes. We just really have to set up the skin selection. I guess we can't jump. I guess it will be a singular, that just the head will change the animation, but of course is not what we want. But we will see. Do I really call it just MRA pickup? MRA to MRA. Yeah, the question is, do I want to do it? Do I want to do one event for changing all animation blueprint, like short range, mid range, long range attacks, or do I just, like I do it now, very specific for one? I guess I can do it very specific for one, to be honest. Because we press a specific button. It's not something it has to find out automatic, so I guess it's alright to make separate events for that. And this is called animation, I think, instance class, and we set it up now for just no, it's not, it wasn't called this. How is it called? I always forget. Animation class. No, animation instance class. That should be it. Yeah, that's it. And here we can set an array. So that's the most simplest the most simple way I could think of changing the animation, just by pressing a button and starting an event. I guess it won't work, and I have to see how far I want to go in the stream to make it work. Let's go to widgets, combat, commands, position 1. Pressed. Know why it took me so long. Yep, and also, actually maybe I could put it here on set. Yeah, I don't know. And here, MRA, it's one array. So we will see what happens. So right now, only the animation will play. And probably it will only play for the head, it won't play for the other parts. Also the weapon will not exchange all these things. This is just a test. And it will most probably fail, or maybe fail is the wrong one, but prove me right in that it won't work. So it's mid-range attack. And exactly what I said happens, the head. That was a little bit too fast. Oh look, the rest is still. But I mean, what works is that the animation that we can simply like this exchange the animations. So now the problem is, yeah, we have to set it up. There is no other way. So let's go here. So after here we do the customization, I guess. Custom. I guess I want to do the final, because for the final version I need a lot of variables, to add a lot of variables. And I guess I will set it up as simple as possible. So here we have Armin's head. So let's go to here. Customization. Okay. Then here we have the customization. What do we have here? This is the headgear. Headgear is Arwin hands. It's not Arwin hands, it's a little bit more than that, but it's fine right now. I will upload them separately another time. Anyway, now we copy paste this. So you see there is a lot of stuff here going on, and for the rest I will skip this part here for now. Also, this is not the final. This is anyway garbage to do this. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Yeah, I mean, I know why, because I didn't know better. but it's easier to make variables. However, maybe, I'm not sure. No, it should be possible. Let me see. Promote to variable, no, it's possible. Anyway, so we go here. The next one is protection. Here. So the important part right now is actually the master post component we have here in the back. So that's the jacket. And that's going to mesh. So maybe just as information, what the problem is right now, what I do right now is I preset which 3D models are in which place. What I want to end up is to have a dynamic option which will be set. That means the player can change the mesh in game if he wants to have different clothing, accessoire, and things like that. But right now it's fixed, and for what we do right now, fix is fine because it's easier to set, it's faster to set up, and otherwise I really need to have a lot of variables in the save file in here and so on, and that would take too long. So we just to preset the 3D models we want, I guess, for now. So everything works. So here's not the jacket, here are the trousers. And even that is already annoying to set up. Feet. Yeah. I mean, if it's set up one time, it's not a problem anymore, but until everything is set up, and this is not by far not all the customization option we will have. The shoes. Yeah, so I was thinking about something. Maybe I will set this up differently in the future. But that's only anyway. I will come to that later, and that's the equipment. So because we exchange it from we exchange the equipment from unequipped to equipped. So the Stonebreaker, we want to exchange that from unequipped to equipped, and yeah, I wonder where I want to do that. Where exactly? What do I want to do here? Mesh. So this is accessoire 1, and this should be one of the scarves. Neck. Where is it? Scarf neck. this will be the other one. So what does the master pose component exactly do? It in general sets everything up we took for the master. So the master is the mesh, the main mesh. Right now it's just the head. Later on it will probably be the complete or most of the body. And I mean, for the body we set the animation blueprint, we set physics, we may set all the changes and anything like that. And like you see, I already have like around 10 separate skeletal meshes, or not separate, but kind of underlinked. So master, maybe it's better to say instead of master, parent, the parent, and we have a lot of children. And if we have to set all the stuff up for all the children's and the parent, it would be very annoying. So master pose component, it just takes every setting, overtakes every setting we added to the parent or the master. What is a very useful tool, like I said, to save a lot of time in setting stuff up. Then we have the hair. My mouse is playing games again with me. So in other words, I just have to change the animation blueprint for my main mesh, and I can then and that's enough, more or less. Thanks to the master pose component, will take it over for everything else. So here, almost done. I guess for now we can ignore the back. I'm not sure if I should ignore the back, because I may forget it. But however, we need to do the back sooner or later. Equipment 1 is the stone breaker unequipped for now. Maybe it's better to set up the back. This minute doesn't matter. I mean, otherwise it's possible. It's just possible that we forget. And I mean, I guess in this case it won't be that much, because that much of a problem, because if we forget about it, forget to set it up, because I mean we would see it pretty fast. It's not a bug that can easily escape your attention. I couldn't find the right word I wanted it. So anyway, because it's a backpack that's on the side of the character, so it's something you see. But other stuff you don't see directly. Can be dangerous to not set it up, to be lazy. And say, yeah, I will do this later or when I really need it. Anyway. So let's first check the animation, and then after that we will try to exchange the equipment. And if we have time after that, I would like to go back to the other animation, to the preparation, kinda. See, they are already over now. I will see. Depends how well everything works, to be honest. But I have to say that I talked the first 20 minutes and didn't do anything, so going a little bit longer would be unfair. Yeah, so we see the animation worked, and the hammer didn't exchange. I just saw a really big problem, so now I can go back. The exchange of the hammer has to happen in the animation. What did I do? That was maybe very stupid. Maybe I have to do 2 animations. Shit. Yeah, anyway, we will see. So, yeah, probably we have to create a small delay node here. That will be very difficult to say how much delay. Just keep this one here. And then let's take this master pose here. You know what? I just can take equipment one. It's easier. Need new here, and let's exchange this, and let's see how this looks like. No, okay. From the timing, yeah. Yeah, we have probably to look up the animation, how long it takes for him to crouch down, but maybe this gives us a hint. Oh my god. Let me see. I mean, it exchanged it very fast. That's a good thing. So, however, there was some problems there. I have to. Save just to be sure. Yeah, I mean what I said in the first. Where is it? In the first stream a couple of hours ago, I did a really stupid thing because I have two files, one for the meshes and another one for the at least at the moment I have two files, and I will probably have more. Yeah, look at that. And oh, recent. And when we go here, yeah, here I fix it. There's another. Yeah, that's a jacket. It's a jacket I fixed in the other one. Yeah, really. This is a problem. Because I have these two Blender files and one more for the mesh and the other one for animations. The problem is the mesh one. This should be the parent one, so everything that I do there should be the finished version, the one that I upload. And in my stupidity, I fixed the rigging of, or not fixed, but improved the rigging of some of the meshes in the animation file, but I didn't exchange it in the parent file, and that's why we have these problems now. So I will here for now remove the skeleton. I will press Ctrl C, and without saving I jump to this part here. I open this, I delete the U, and I copy pasting this. I connect this with empty groups, and I export everything. And with that, it's hopefully fine. Here. Stone breaker equipped. It's imported, and let's look at it again. And I mean, the animation is pretty quick, what is maybe to our advantage. So if it's quick, you don't see you just don't see every single detail. Okay, no, it's not. We need to time it better. Also, I just made, that's another thing I added, was just a steel material. So I mean, I coded steel. I made a material that has a gray color and that has metallic preferences, if you want to call it like this. Okay, save this. So let's jump into the animation. Let's find out if we can kind of find the timing, because yeah, I mean, this is now really a big problem. Maybe I have to do this differently, to be honest, because the exchange happens in the middle of the animation. It would be a lot easier if we did it at a different point, at the end of an animation or at the start of an animation. Yeah. So we go down here. I guess here we are. Maybe I have another thing is maybe I have to extend the time we are down. So maybe I will make a longer animation and then we are with really being down longer. To give us a better time. So now we have here zero here current time 0.8 seconds of 2.5 seconds frame 24 0.8. That's what we can try. At least for the I guess I will I guess if we come a little bit close to where we want it to have, it's fine now, and kind of better changes I will do later, maybe. So let's try with 0.8. So I really guess we may want to extend this time he is really down, so we can smooth down this exchange. Okay, here, let's try this again. Not bad, not bad. I mean, I saw it a little bit. When you really look at it, then you see it. But yeah, I mean, it could work. It could work. Have to see. Maybe I will keep it like this in the demo and kind of see, hopefully see some. Yes, you see it in a moment. If you really look for it, then you see it. Let me try again, and then we set up the back, and then we can really go back and forward between the animations if we set this up. Yeah, I have to see how far I go with the rest. This time it didn't work at all. Okay, let me set up the back and then we can do this maybe a couple of times if we manage to set it up in a decent way. Yeah, best way to do so. Let me save everything here. It's strange. Maybe it depends on where I want. Maybe it doesn't work. Because I looked at the hammer, and when I looked at the hammer, it seemed to work. It was very hard to see the difference, but then I didn't look at the hammer, and it seemed I did see a big difference, but it's difficult to say what happened. Now it worked. Now it depends on. I guess it depends strongly on how fast you press the button. That's my guess, and that could be a problem. That could be a big problem. Now I will press the button pretty fast. No, it wasn't that bad. Maybe something else was the problem. I don't know what the problem was, but this looks not too shabby. It seems to work. The exchange of the weapons seems to work. I mean, I still can think if it's probably maybe it's a good idea to make the time he's on his knees to pick up the weapon longer. However, this may make the whole thing worse, because right now it's a pretty fast pickup, and because it's so fast, the whole animation is kind of fast. It may cover this exchange of the weapon better, and if I maybe extend this time there where nothing happens really except changing the weapon, it may be it's maybe better to for the player to see that there's something happened there. So what I can do is maybe time it a little bit better and give it this 806, but I don't have the feeling this will change much because it's so difficult to really hit the right point here. So it was 806. 8015, we are still down. Now we come up, right? See, it's so difficult to hit the point. I can try 8.2. I mean, that's at least a difference we may see. Yeah, maybe I have to set first up the back version, then. Oh, fuck. And then we can try it over and over again. I just don't know if I managed to set everything up in this stream actually. That was too fast. Or too far. Yes, and that's the other thing, is to actually make this animation later, after we selected the second. And then it's probably anyway not a problem because it's too far away to see the details. I don't think it was better, or maybe it was even a little bit worse, I don't know. But you have to really look at it and know it to see it. I think it's maybe. What I don't like right now is maybe the camera position, because we don't see the head of the weapon. But yeah, that's something I have to think about, but probably not for the demo version. Yeah, the idea is why I want to change it here is because we have to, yeah, not directly have to, but it's possible to change the animations again here. Because first attack he attacks with the axe, so with the side of the hammer that has a blade or something like a blade. And the attack 2 he attacks with the spike. So there's a little bit of difference. So what we could do here is that he really turns around the weapon. So the one we want to attack with, the side we want to attack with, is in the front. That is kind of the idea here, I guess. I'm not too sure how can I do this, turning the weapon so the right thing points to the enemy. Because the weapon is connected to the right hand right now. I guess we see that a little bit, that the left is maybe a little bit off at some points, but that's okay. Yeah, because it's connected to the right hand, so I can't twist the hands. He has really to turn the weapon. I mean, probably with transformation it is possible. The question is, what do I have to turn around? Or I do a morph target, that's the other thing. A morph target that turns it around 180 degrees, and the rest I do kinda with animation, so that he twists a little bit the left hand and brings the left hand back again. I mean, opens it up a little bit and brings it back again, so it looks like he turns it around on itself. I mean, I guess that's how I will do it. Or would I use the right? Maybe I actually would use the right because I'm right-handed. But yeah, I guess it's better to do the left. I mean, my instinct was to turn it with the right, but actually with the right I have to turn it a couple of times until it's right. With the left I can just one big twist. And then it's 180 degrees turn. Like I said, just the only problem I have here is that I would like to see the head of the hammer. So I wonder if I can move the camera a little bit to the left, or I mean, I guess it should be possible. Here is a to the right. I mean, right now there is a lot of dead zone, but if we have a long range weapon or attack weapon, we would also select ammunition that also needs a little bit space, but not as much as we have here, so only half of this. So I guess we can go more to the left. I mean, we can try this out. I'm kind of avoiding the going back, it seems, but yeah. Report on this camera. Question is, do we change this camera a couple of times? Probably, yeah. Okay, let me see this camera. Yeah, it's very difficult to set the camera here. This is why. Let's just use -50. It's probably too much. It's -80. It's possible that it's not working. I mean, anyway, we will see. It's probably not. No, it's not. It's still the old one. So let's see. Camera 150. Da, 500. -80. 80. One more time, reset command, 150. Okay, only one time the middle one. We have to also change. Okay. Yeah, guys, I will try this a little bit out and then finish the stream. And during the back, maybe I will do it off stream when I find the time to work a little bit longer on this. Definitely not today, or I will do it on the next stream. Maybe first. Yeah, we will see. I mean, there's still, of course, a lot to do. So the thing is, what I kind of have to figure out is, what do I do first? Set up all the animations for the different attacks, like I did with MRA, with the mid-range attacks, or do I want to first do the complete cycle with it now, with one attack? I will see. The problem is when I do the whole cycle, I have to create a new file and add the sandworm to it. That means I probably have to do at least the normal idle animation for the sandworm, and I have to find out the exact distance between the two characters, and with that I can then create the right animations. There's a lot of preparation for that, so maybe this is something I have to see if I find the time off stream. What I just can, the other thing, adding the other animations for the other attacks and so on. I don't need preparation or anything for this. I just can start the stream and start to do this animation and set it up. That's kind of different. So it comes probably to the thing if I find the time to set it up. We are now. That's strange. I don't feel we are. That feels so strange. Let me go back. So you see, we are already a little bit too far, but we probably have to adapt this one here. It didn't do a lot here. I mean, another thing I could do is let me go to the camera. There is the field of view. I could, right? I guess I'm not sure if I. Let me see. If I make the field of view wider, bigger, then it should be wider. I should see more, right? I'm not certain. But it may change the perspective quite a bit, and it may have some other negative effects, because now I set up everything for this one for 90 degree. Yeah, I mean that does it quite massively change everything. Okay. Now I kinda have to go further because we use this camera a second time when we attack. Yeah, so we have two effects. This is not even so bad if we are further away, it seems. However, 120 was a little bit too much. It's 200. It doesn't feel bad actually that it is further away. The thing is why I'm going so close, why I wanted to have closer is so you can really read the command list very well. That was a little bit a concern of mine. I mean, if you really, the problem is that it is really related to the graphics settings. If you put the widget on a character, if you put it on the viewport, it's only resolution is the only problem. But when you set it on a character, then everything looks different. What did I want? Yeah, change it. I can play. So maybe I have to change the location back. Let see. Let me see. Long range first. Attack. Yeah, I mean, so we see everything. It's still, it looks a little strange because it's so far to the right. Now we see the hammer, but the perspective is really strange. It looks extremely big, bigger than it is, because of the perspective. Because here it kinda, what's the word? Not disorder, but something like disorder. Kind of stretches it. It stretches the whole thing here on the corner. So I mean, I could go a little bit more to the left and then also go with this one to the left. I mean, it's still pretty big. Shall we go through the whole thing to see how the other one looks? Yeah, I think that's okay. The problem here is that we will play here the attack animation. So there are two things here with the attack animation. Will I keep the camera back here while he's attacking, or will the camera follow the player? There are two problems with there are two different things. So kind of if I keep the camera back here, the animation may not may lose some of its impact. Let's say it like this. If you kind of follow the player, maybe play around with the camera during the animation, the animation of the attack. Maybe not too much, otherwise it's kind of like a roller coaster ride or something like that. Yeah, so still a lot to do with animations, a lot to think about. Yeah, I mean, really the problem is if we keep the camera back here, then we may kind of miss the animation. The question is, we could, of course, adapt the camera to a position the animation looks well, and we see also the numbers coming up, and see everything. However, of course, that needs a lot more setup, so the question is now, is it worth it? Is it worth it or not? maybe I will do a lot. I mean, this is maybe again kind of this question. So probably for the demo, we leave it like with the camera back here, and then for the main game we create a more dynamic camera, maybe with closing in to the enemy, going close. Maybe not follow the character. Maybe that's not a good idea, and that's maybe I probably have to set the camera different. So yeah, that's something we have to see. Anyway, what I wanted to do was exactly go a little bit more here, and then also command list find references. That's an annoying one. Okay. We'll see. Let's try this. Go here, 70. Here, -70. Let's go to the command list. Set widget 5. Commands. Set relative scale. Okay, it's fine. Now we're talking. See here, command list. So this is the one when we have the camera, not on the character, but on the complete battlefield, if you want. Maybe battlefield is the wrong word. So this is fine. I'm gonna keep this. Then here we probably have change 150 minus 100. No, yeah, that's a different one. So let's put this for now to minus 100. That's the fourth one. Let's just go through everything else if we have to change something. This is the size. The rest seems to be size, and here going back to. Okay, let's try this. So the fourth one is it. Yeah, maybe this is something I have to do off stream. If it's not working now, maybe I will stop the stream and then kinda try to find the right position off stream. Because I don't think this is now very interesting. I mean, that's not bad. This is actually pretty good position. Yeah, I don't think I get it better. I mean, I can move it to the left a little bit more, I guess. But I'm not sure, because it's maybe just the angle we have right now that we look a little bit, that we are maybe a little bit more down, and the lens is just really yeah, but I don't want to make the lens bigger, the view even bigger. I mean, maybe that will help, but so in some way I don't want to put it more to the left. So I mean, here this stance is okay that we see everything. The problem is, start it again. Now it evens it out pretty well. I was a little bit worried that here is a lot of dead space, but actually here is also dead space, so I guess it doesn't matter. I think we should center it a little bit. Just move it the camera a little bit to the left. Yeah, I'm sorry I said I won't do this on camera anymore. On stream anymore. Not on camera. Okay. Maybe 60 is too much, we will see. Maybe it has 65 or something like that. Maybe I need only to change this. But I'm actually pretty happy what happened today. How should I say? I had an idea how. Now it's way too much to the left. At least it feels like this. Or is it centered better? Yeah. Maybe I probably should try 65. Yeah, I think 65 is probably better. What did I? Yeah, I'm pretty happy what happened today, to be honest. That was, maybe I wished it was more progress, but you know, I always think I can do more than I do end up doing, just because things need more time, and I'm happy because I had an idea how I wanted with the animation. I wasn't sure if this was possible as I wanted to do it, and it works pretty well. At least everything I tried out so far worked pretty well. And that's always kind of like, that's why I love working on. I'm not so sure about this part here. Maybe I have to move this a little bit more to the left. I mean, we see everything, but I guess I don't mind that space here and here. Not too sure if this really in the center. The problem is also that if you look at the new image, you will probably be looking from the start to the center, so directly look into the dead space. That's maybe a little bit the problem, but because we want to center it, maybe we can't avoid that. Yeah, maybe I have to look something up. I mean, I maybe have to go a little bit into filmmaking and how to put the camera in a good it was just for me right now, it was really disturbing that we had here this dead space. But on the other hand, we kind of want to have this centered. So I don't know what is the bigger problem right now. So let's. But I think for the demo version we can go on. But I mean, I have no idea, kinda like. Maybe I will find something if I Google it. So how to set the camera the best way if we have like. It's almost like we have two characters or not. I mean, we have him, that our character, and then we have of course the interface, but maybe you can see the interface as just a second character, and how is the best way to set it up if we have two characters. That kinda what I imagine right now, I mean it's not one-to-one correct, but how do what we see often in films are two people talking to each other and kind of walking along a hallway, and we see from the front while the camera kind of moves back while they walk forward and talk to each other. So the idea is, how is the camera set there? I mean, now it kind of isn't that disturbing to me anymore, but that's maybe just me. Because the center is not completely dead anymore, because we have something here. Anyway, this may be something I have to Google. Maybe I find something that gives me some idea, maybe. So really the problem, it was just really like, this is strange that there is this empty space in the center, because when the camera changed from this position to the other, I was centered to the I was in the center. But maybe this was just really. Now it's not that big of but maybe I know it. But then really the first time. It's another enemy attacked. Yeah, anyway. I'm happy with. Now we see that maybe I have to bring the timer back. Now it seemed a little bit change a little bit too big. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy with what we did today in these two streams. Like I said, it's very rewarding if you have an idea how you want something, and then it actually works. That's why this is so fun, to create your own game, because you can really, I mean, you may work just in the scripting and so on, and then you just have this placeholder character, and then you don't really see what you do, the effects you have, and then you start to add this animation, and then things take really form. I mean, of course, nothing is final, but you still see kinda the direction that the game takes forward, and that's so much fun and rewarding. Absolutely, like I said, if you have an idea how I want to do, how something should be, and then it is actually like this. And the only thing I had to do is kind of a little bit do optimizing here and there. And most of the times I have an idea how something has to be, and I have an idea how I want to achieve this, and very often the second part doesn't work with the first part, and then you have two possibilities. One possibility is to find another way to get the effect you want, your ideal effect, or maybe not effect, the result. I mean, you always have a result. That's the idea, and then you have to find a way to the result. But sometimes you may have to think differently, and instead of find a different way to the same result, find another result that has that is similar to the one you wanted in the expression and everything, kind of like. Or let's say it's a result, you may find that other result you also like, or you can at least live with this result, and the setup is much better than to be stubborn and really to go to the result you just really want, because maybe the result you really want is not even the best result there is. Maybe the other one is better, actually. Anyway, that was again a very stupid explanation. I don't even know what I did, what I changed. I changed something, otherwise I wouldn't have pressed on play, right? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, the 0.8. Yeah, let's just take one more look at this. Completely forgot what I did 2 seconds ago. Yeah, that's the last thing I do. So mid-ranged. No, mid-ranged. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I just realized something. Maybe I know where the problem is coming. So it worked when I went immediately to mid-range attack and pressed the button. Maybe the problem is when I come from short range, from another animation position down here and press immediately. It worked fine. Looks pretty well. Great day, great streams. Bad explanation from my side for most of the parts of the streams, but the results I'm happy with. So yeah, I mean, don't want to make this longer than it has to be. Thank you for watching. I will do a stream pretty soon. Probably pretty soon. I will try to find time to set a couple of stuff up. Like I said, I will try to find the time. So we can. Yeah, the best thing is probably, let's say, best thing to do is probably to set up the third Blender file with the sandworm in it, so we can create animations between these two characters, so attack animations and things like that. Yeah, but I mean, there's anyway enough to do. I mean, it's not that much, but at the moment it's still enough to do, so I can find easily, if I can't prepare anything, it's easy for me to make a 60-90 minutes stream with something that I don't have to prepare. And the other thing is I also could just prepare the animation, the settings for the interaction between these two guys, and the interaction is attacking each other. Also on stream. I don't know how interesting that is. The problem is that it's probably a lot of back and forward with the positioning and so on. That's a little bit my concern. I also have to see to think about where do I put the sandworm animations. Do I put them in the same file? That probably won't be. I'm not sure if this will be too ideal. Oh, I see anyway. Oh, fuck. This could be a problem. It doesn't have to be a problem, but it could be. Yeah, probably have to set up two files actually. Between the interaction between the sandworm and our player character. One where the player character attacks the sandworm, and another one where the sandworm attacks the player character. The reason is the positioning. Another thing I could do is put, but that's so annoying. It's so annoying to do that now, and it may give us more problems than anything else. It's just really annoying for setting up the animations like this, like it's now. But maybe I will try it if it's possible. But I had this before, interaction between two characters, and I found the best way to do it is to set the root animations at the root of the armatures on the same starting point, and then move the armature to the places I want them. That was the easiest way to do it, I guess. But right now I already set the roots on different places. And I think if I set the roots now, it just it gives a lot of extra work. Let's say it like this, and I don't know if it's worth it. If we can do it differently, the only thing I have to really do is to set two different blend files. One in which the player character is centered, so we can do attacks from that are that coming from him, or also defense, so like getting hurt and things like that. And the second blend file is with having the enemy centered. And it's anyway a question: do I need? I mean, for the play character, it's kind of because we have these different enemies, different enemy sizes, different hit points, most forward, different hit points. For the player character, I have to create for every different animations for every enemy type, just because they are so different, because they have different sizes and things like that, and just look different. However, the player character are mostly humanoids, say it like this, so maybe it's enough to have only one example of enemies for the enemy attack, one example of the player. That's maybe enough. So this would also speak for making two blend files, and it probably will go for that. Yeah, there are a couple of things I have to figure out how exactly I want to do it, but absolutely with blocking and parrying and things like that. There it may be better if I had the armature both on both routes centered, because now if I do it differently it will be a really annoying back and forth. Yeah, but we will see. I still have time to think about how I want to go from here. So yeah, so sorry. Always start with a lot of talk and end it with a lot of talk. Thank you for watching. See you next time.